Chaos exploded in Falkirk today. What kicked off as peaceful protests outside a migrant hotel turned into wild clashes between angry locals, cops, and counter-protesters. The fury boiled over when word spread that one of the asylum seekers inside had been locked up for attacking a 15-year-old girl. Tensions skyrocketed, streets packed with ugly confrontations, and Scotland's now buzzing with headlines that shocked the nation. Let's dive right into what went down. But hey, before we jump in, smash that like button and subscribe for more explosive updates. This is all happening outside the Claddagh Inn Hotel in Falkirk. It's been around for the last few years, housing anywhere from 50 to 80 asylum seekers right here in town. And get this. This protest movement has been building steam over the past 18 months, ever since an asylum seeker from this very hotel raped a 15-year-old girl in broad daylight. He got slapped with a 9-year prison sentence back in June, but man, that lit a fire under the community. Folks are straight up fed up with having this asylum hotel in their backyard. Let me break it down quick for you on what's popping off here. Across the street, you've got the Stand Up to Racism crew and Unison folks holding their counter-protest. They showed up a full hour early to stack their numbers and claim the spot. Smart move, right? And on this side of the road, the main protesters are starting to gather, spreading out along the sidewalk. Over the next 50 minutes or so, expect more to roll in and amp things up. I think we should chat with one of them real quick. We're looking for Connor, who's somewhere in the mix. Oh, wait, he's off talking to someone right now. No worries, let's swing over to this group here, Save Our Future, Our Kids' Future. That's one of the Facebook pages that's blown up to rally support against this setup in Falkirk. And just one more look around. A couple hundred people chilling across the road for now, with a smaller crowd here. But the real opponents of the hotel, the ones who want it shut down, they're still trickling in, building their force. And Tony, you mentioned this counter-protest popped up an hour early. They've got solid numbers over there. How long has this whole debate about asylum housing been simmering in Falkirk? Well, honestly, we can zoom out to Scotland as a whole. Over the last couple of years, it's been heating up more and more, pushing into the spotlight. Keep in mind, Scotland's got a unique political vibe. The SNP's been running the show for about 19 years, leaning hard left, and they've been all in on that pro-refugee, pro-asylum talk. But now, we're seeing spikes in sexual abuse cases, crime ticking up in spots, and locals everywhere are done with it. Sure, we're focused on Falkirk today, but this isn't the only town with a hotel like this. Also, both sides are yelling their lungs out at each other, when really, as we keep saying on GB News, they should turn that energy toward the UK government. In other breaking news, J.K. Rowling just unleashed a savage takedown on former Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon's new autobiography. She dropped profanity bombs and ripped into it hard in a massive review on her website last night. This bombshell hit the same day as the book's big launch at the Edinburgh International Book Festival, where Sturgeon chatted with broadcaster Kirsty Wark. Rowling's review is packed with curse words, calling Sturgeon a F******ing wit, straight up. She blasts her for causing real, lasting damage with her stance on transgender issues. Rowling claims Sturgeon created a toxic atmosphere where women got silenced, shamed, and persecuted just for speaking out. She says they were thrown into degrading, unsafe spots because they opposed Sturgeon's so-called luxury beliefs. The Harry Potter queen even compares Sturgeon to Donald Trump, saying she's flat-out Trumpian in denying cold, hard facts on trans policies. Rowling hammers home that Sturgeon still backs letting trans women into women-only spaces based on self-ID alone, ignoring what Rowling calls clear proof of predatory guys abusing the system. She spotlights a Supreme Court ruling that shot down the Scottish government's take on equality laws. According to Rowling, that decision gutted women's single-sex protections and erased their legal status as a protected group. But Sturgeon shows zero regret, Rowling fumes, and keeps pretending self-ID poses no risks, even with tons of documented abuse cases staring her in the face. Rowling zeroes in on the Isla Bryson case, that convicted double rapist, as the moment that exposed Sturgeon's messed up logic on gender. When grilled on TV about whether Bryson was a man or woman, the usually sharp Sturgeon froze up, looking like a complete idiot, Rowling says. In a weird book twist, Rowling likens Sturgeon to Bella Swan from Stephenie Meyer's Twilight books. Both start as shy, awkward, book-loving girls who morph into obsessed maniacs chasing one big dream. For Sturgeon, it's Scottish independence. For Bella, it's steamy romance with Edward Cullen without dying. Spoiler, only one nails it, Rowling snarks. But Rowling doesn't stop at gender stuff. She calls out huge holes in Sturgeon's memoir, like Scotland topping Europe's drug death charts, a sore spot for Rowling since her hubby ran a methadone clinic. She lists missing scandals, deleted pandemic WhatsApps, plunging school standards, the Calmac ferry mess, and £500,000 vanishing from indie ref funds. Rowling slams Sturgeon's rosy view of the 2014 independence push as neither unpleasant nor divisive. This fiery roast drops right after Sturgeon talked about their beef on BBC Breakfast. When host Sarah Campbell brought up Rowling's mention in the book, that T-shirt calling her, Sturgeon, destroyer of women's rights, Sturgeon shot back, there are two sides to every story. We hear a lot about women's safety from the, anti-trans rights crowd. It cuts both ways.